Hello everyone and welcome to Smoking UK. I'm James and thank you for choosing us to be your retailer to purchase your cigars today. Now the purpose of this video isn't to be a long one. It's to make sure you don't get left in the dark and you know exactly where you stand when it comes to finding faults and issues and your rights to return or to at least contact our customer service when it comes to your particular cigars. Now the one thing that we always have to remember with our cigars is these are handmade. These are hand grown, hand rolled from start to finish. It is an artisan product that has flown thousands of miles to reach us here in the UK to be enjoyed in our homes, with our friends, in our gardens, wherever it is that you choose to enjoy your cigars. Now what comes with that is they aren't always going to be perfect. We here at Smoking completely understand that. This is why we want to make sure the smoking journey for you is as easy and simple as possible. And believe it or not, there's quite a few things that you can do at home yourself to rectify some of these issues that some people might not be aware of. And that's exactly the purpose of this video today. This purpose of the video as well is also for beginner cigar smokers or people who maybe have never touched a cigar before in their life and have got no idea where to start. Well, I don't know about you, but I've got my cigar. I've got my cutters, I've got my lighters, I've got the perfect place to start a smoking session. So tell you what, come over to my table, let's cut this cigar and find out a simple and a foolproof way that you can cut your cigar perfectly every single time. Come on. Now cutting your cigar plays a crucial enhancing in making sure that you get a positive smoking experience from the get-go. Now a lot of people, believe it or not, do get this wrong sometimes, and it's very easy to do. I've been smoking cigars for years and every now and then I mess up and you will overcut the cap. Make sure you are cutting correctly is identifying the cap at the top of the cigar. You'll be able to identify these by the lines that are wrapping around the cap of the cigar. The cap of the cigar is the closed bit which goes into the actual mouth. Now every cigar is different. Some cigars are a single cap, double, triple, quadruple. Some cigars have even been known to having 5 caps, and you'll notify this by the amount of lines that are on here. This being a Monte Cristo, we have a triple cap on this one. A foolproof way of making sure you never overcut the cap and then the cigar will start to unravel is to never ever cut past the shoulders of the cigar. Now the shoulder of the cigar is, as we follow the parallels on the outside of the cigar, they come up and around to form the top. Never cut past here, the shoulders of the cigar. Now that doesn't matter whether you're using a V-cut, a straight cut, a cigar knife, a punch, it doesn't matter. Another great way to cut your cigar if you're brand new to cigars, and a foolproof way of doing it if you're using a straight cut like a double guillotine like this one. If you're brand new to cigars or you never smoked a cigar before, the easiest way is to place your double guillotine flat on the bottom. Place your cigar on the inside like so, and cut. Personally for me with this cigar, because of the ring gauge, it's quite a smaller ring gauge, I'm going to opt in for a punch cut. Simply placed into the back, we punch a hole into the back of the cigar and leaves us tidy punched hole in the back. Now we have the cap taken off the back. Let's get this cigar lit. Okay, so we've got it cut, or for people like me, we have it punched. Those are some really simple and foolproof ways not to cut past the cap of your cigar. Now you got to remember, if you do cut past the cap, this cigar, this wrapper, is just a single leaf. That is going to slowly start to unravel and unroll and expose the binders and the fillings underneath. And trust me, you're not going to have a good smoking experience. So cutting the cigar correctly is really important. Now something else that a lot of people forget about that is really important is how you light your cigar. The trick is to be patient. Yes, we understand you've got this new cigar, it's exciting, you want to get it lit, you may be sharing it with some friends or you're celebrating something. But the trick is not to rush. When you rush, faults will occur and mistakes will be made. Now I'm not here to tell you the best way to light your cigar. Whether you want to use matches, a yellow flame, a blue flame, even cedar spills. I'm not here to tell you that. But what I am here to tell you is to not rush. Personally for me, this smoking single jet torch flame is absolutely amazing. The beautiful thing about being a single flame as well is it's so easy to touch up the cigar throughout the smoke and at the starting process because you can be so accurate. Now for the beginner smokers out there, the trick is to start from the outside of your cigar and slowly work your way to the center. And as I'm doing this, I'm slowly start from the outside and rotating the cigar in my hands to ensure I get an even burn. That's the outside lit and I'm working my way on the inside. Also notice, I'm not using the flame to light the cigar. I'm using the heat from the flame to light the cigar. And you don't want to be holding it too close either. Don't allow that flame to touch the foot of the cigar. The problem that you have with that is if I'm holding it here, which I'm not going to do because I don't want to ruin this beautiful Monte Cristo, is holding it so close to the cigar and blasting it with a flame, especially if you have a lighter that is a dual flame, a triple flame, quadruple flame. I've even seen some cigar smokers have a 6 flame lighter, which is absolutely crazy, but it's your choice. The only problem with specific things like that is when you're holding it this close to the cigar and you're blasting it with all that flame, you're breaking down and you're damaging the foot of the cigar. Now when that happens, you're going to incur construction issues. Bits of the tobacco will flake off. You'll get an uneven burn. You'll even find breakages in the wrapper because it has been too rushed. Very steady, even burn every single time. So we've got it cut, we've got it lit. Another issue that you might come across, especially if you start your cigar journey or you're well amongst your cigar journey, is something that we call plugged. And that is when you're drawing through the cigar and the tobacco inside has been packed in so tightly there isn't actually any airflow. You gotta remember, smoking a cigar should never be an exercise. It's for relaxation, it's for luxury, it's for pleasure. It's for anybody to enjoy. So it shouldn't be a struggle. Now, like I've said before, these are handmade products. These are packed into boxes and they are shipped hundreds and thousands of miles all over the world. So you are gonna find some issues, mate, with it. Maybe. Not every single one. Now, there's a couple of things that you can do if that occurs. Of course, yes, you can contact us, but there's a few things you can be doing as well. First of all, you can try and move the tobaccos around within the cigar slightly. Now, the easiest way you can do that is to pinch the cigar ever so slightly. Remember, you're not trying to break it. And pinch the cigar and roll it in your hands. And that will soften the cigar up and it might move the tobacco around ever so slightly to make a better draw. Even with this cigar that isn't plugged, the amount of smoke output you could see through that and the easier the draw just got, just proves, just by doing that, opens the draw up a lot. Now, another thing that you can do, and another thing you can invest in, is a perfect draw tool, which we do stock and sell at Smoking UK. And I do recommend, if you're going to start a proper cigar journey, if you're going to be a frequent cigar smoker, it's worth the investment in one of these cigars. These tools basically work as long screwdrivered spikes, and this essentially forces the cigar to give you an airflow. But you simply place it into the foot of the cigar or the cap of the cigar, and you slowly screw and work the perfect draw through the length of the stick, forcing a tunnel down the center. So where there wasn't airflow before, there definitely is now. There's no reason that a plugged cigar that I can think of can't be fixed with one of these tools. And there's a reason I always recommend everyone to buy them. They are worth every penny and worth their weight in gold. And now another issue that you might come across. Fortunately, I'm having a very good cigar at the moment and it's not getting an uneven burn. But one issue that you might come across, especially if you're smoking more down the budget side of the sticks, is getting an uneven burn. And when I explain that, is the burn line that we're having straight around here. That's where it goes from the ash to the wrapper. And you might see a small bit of tunneling. It might not be straight, it might not be even. That is perfectly okay. At the end of the day, like I said before, these are handmade products. They're not going to be perfect and they're not going to be spot on every single time. Now, this can be really easily fixed. And again, this is why I love this single jet flame torch, because the accuracy that you can get on this with, even in your burnout, is second to none. Obviously, I haven't got an uneven burn here, but all I would do simply, I would hold the flame until I could see that little bit that's uneven, start lighting up and burn it down to the burn line to flatten everything out. This is completely normal. You will never ever get a perfectly flat burn line. We are always here to help. And if the video hasn't helped at all, feel free to call or email in. We will help in any way that we can. After all, we're here for you. And we put you at the heart of everything that we do. We started off as a convenience store for the community, and we are still a store for the community. We hope this video helps. Again, thank you for choosing Smoking UK as your retailer to purchase your cigars. Enjoy your cigars. We hope to see you again in the future.